fatal heart impact, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and past. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirishima here, and now, whenever we last left off with this series, we had our boy Deku. Deku, he tried to talk to our moles, the people who are trading with the psychos. Deku wanted to find out if they were friend or foe, if they were working with them or being forced to. And Deku, sadly, he found out that these people were just as bad. They weren't good people. And Deku, he had a plan. From the very moment he stepped into their camp, he felt like he was putting his life in danger. However, after walking out, he did something. He chucked a dinner bell into their camp, and zombies, they came. They were attracted to all that noise echoing throughout the city streets. And many types of zombies came knocking. Now, we do actually have where a day later, Deku and his team, they would head back to that place and scavenge what they could. And clear out whatever survivors may be remaining. Now, with that, Deku and his crew, they would take this place over. And we do have where Deku? Yeah. After they get something situated there and find out exactly how much these people have, they decide they're going to stay here for a minute. If those people don't get another shipment, in the next couple of days, this is where things are going to get more risky. This is where things, they're going to get bad. Deku and his team, they've already been through it. And they know exactly where to lead All Might. It's just a matter of timing and making sure to distract him fast enough. If they can find out his exact location, then they can get it done. They can achieve their goal. Send All Might right into their place and kill all of them. Now, Deku and his team, today is the day they are executing their plan. And we do have where, in the very beginning of the day, Deku, he woke up in his bed. Him going to sit up, and then go to turn to look at Momo. She is still asleep. And she has not been really talking a lot. Deku finds it to be strange. He thinks that she has something on her mind. But then again, how can she not? Today is finally it. Deku actually went to plant his feet on the ground, and they're going to stand up. As he does walk out, I'm going to talk to whoever is currently still awake. As we do have our Deku, whenever he does walk outside and sit down, he does look across from him and see Kirishima. Hey, what's up? Deku going to at least bring up one of two mugs of coffee. Him holding both of them in his hand and his fingers. As Deku tells Kirishima that his is the one on the left, and that he at least put a scoop of sugar in. And, well, they don't really have creamer. Oh, thanks. I'm going to take the cup as he does get a blow on it, before taking a sip. So, do you know exactly what we're going to be doing today? Yeah, I do. Deku going to look out. No matter how many times you try to get used to it, seeing the sunrise, it's never really the same. You know you're safe when the sun's out, because you can see. You can see the zombies who just look around. Some may still be able to see. They look towards the sun sometimes. Or maybe they feel the heat. It could be a matter of all things. but it's just there's a new sense that you have with it. There are the smart ones. They'll hide. They'll attack when you least expect it. And they actually might have traps. That being what Deku he does at least think. He knows that it's safe now to move. However, it might not always be like that. All they need is one wrong move. Out there and they're all dead. That being where Deku, he does look back towards Kirishima. So, yeah, we're doing this today. May, she accomplished everything she needed to. We were able to get some resources. And even a few other things. Those guys were not, well, good guys. But still. We might have been able to use them. But I don't like that risk. We mentioned to them that we get a tech person. They might talk to someone and, they could have taken May. They could have tried to force their way in here and just grab her in the middle of the night, maybe. I don't know. These guys, we don't know what rules they play by. And honestly, that's why we had to kill them. That's why I had to chuck those grenades into that fucking place. Kirishima's staring at Deku, as he does go to set down his cup. Yeah, Izuku, your methods, they're a bit extreme, you know? Deku turned to Kirishima. I know, but they work. Yeah, Izuku, they work, but do you even know how many people you've killed? I would rather not think about it. I understand that. I understand you've been through some shit, dude, but you're just tossing lives away. I mean, for Christ's sakes, we were gonna be heroes. And I know how you reacted when you killed a guy. Like, for the first time. You almost shut down, dude. You had blood on your hands. Literally. And you probably killed 50 people. Maybe less, maybe more. 20. Do you even know? I don't. That's my point, dude. These people, you can, we can handle them. They're some fucked up dudes, okay? I won't lie to you. They need to die. Okay? But I don't like this. I've been trying to stay quiet about it. Yeah, zombies or something. But just killing people, it's hard. I mean, for fuck's sake. I still dream of being a hero. Deku looking towards Kirishima. As Kirishima, he does just stare down, talking about how he wishes that they were back at UA. He wishes the first day went through. He wishes the first day went normally. Hell, for Christ's sake. Like, this shit, it's hard. You don't get it. Him looking at Deku, saying that they can relate to each other on some levels, but their methods and their experiences, that's different. Now, Kirishima does stand up and walk away, telling Deku that he doesn't feel like he can participate in this. Now, Deku, he does know Kirishima's concerns, and while he would rather not do this either, he has to. There's a part telling him that he can't stop this. He can't let them just be. If they're left to be, then they'll eventually find them. They'll be way too powerful, way too strong to handle. And they could all be butchered like dogs. Lambs to the slaughter. It doesn't matter. It's just, it's all fucked up. Now, Deku, yeah. You do have where, whenever people, they do get up, and eventually everyone's sitting down for breakfast. Kirishima is obviously absent. And we do have where Deku, he actually is at least starting to go over everything. After everyone, they awkwardly were eating. Some people, they all had what was going on in mind. And they already know some of their own positions and what they're supposed to do. And we do actually have where Deku, he does go to speak up. Okay, everybody. We know the sewer access systems were going down. We know exactly where the streets are. We've measured the distance and looked at the range. So, I guess all that's really left is who's gonna find All Might. And we have at least a good idea. He's somewhere in the heart of the city. So, we need someone who can at least carry 2 bombs. And I'm not gonna lie to any of you. I'd rather not have any of you do it. So, I'll do it. Everyone's staring at Deku. As you do actually have where Momo and Kendo, they do both go to speak up, nearly jumping to their feet, as Momo talks about how he can't do that. And Kendo should talk about how that's fucking insane. I know, but think about it. We don't know if All Might can see. We don't know if his hearing is intact. And we don't know if he even is All Might. Only I can recognize him if he's in his other form. So I have to. Besides, we have some binoculars, we have a rifle, and I at least, have some experience. I'm fast. All Might's faster. Yeah, let's not think about that. I'm fairly certain we'll be alright. Now, we do actually have where Deku, he does inform everybody. They're heading out. And everyone, they do get up and walk outside. They already prepped the gear last night. However, one final inspection before they do leave, and they are off. As between 2 vehicles, you do have where they do set down, well, they do leave somebody in one area and make sure they get into the sewer. As wherever they do this and they do get in position, you do actually have Deku. At the very moment, he's in the passenger seat. He's got a rifle tucked just between his legs. He's got a bag, and, well, he's got a set of binoculars that he has tied around his waist. They're connected in his belt loop and just under his belt. Deku, he can untie them with one hand and pull them up. However, once he does that, he knows that he's going to have to put them around his neck. And if he does have to at least make any quick movements for his handgun, or he just gets too close to a zombie, that might be something that they can grab onto and directly expose a weak spot. Now, eventually, whenever it's just Deku, Momo, and Kendo left in the car, you do have where Momo, when she's at the place where she's supposed to drop Izuku off at, she does look directly at Izuku. And she does actually at least go to turn her eyes to the back seat, since you do have Kendo. Momo, she knows that right now isn't really the best time to do this, but she does feel like she has to at least tell Kendo something. As whenever she does pull it to a place, Deku does talk about how this is the area just outside of All Might's zone. Yeah, Izuku, I know. Okay, but I thought you were supposed to drop Kendo off first. I changed my mind. We're already close by here. Besides, whenever we drop Kendo off, we'd be wasting gas if we drop you off after her. And we can't risk really wasting any. Deku at least going to look directly at Momo. He knows that that's a lie. and he knows Momo, she's trying to do something. Is she trying to show a friend of theirs their secret? Now, Deku, he does try to maintain his composure, as he thinks about how they kind of don't really think this is a good idea to expose. Well, yeah, they can keep it a secret, but is it really a good idea? Momo actually going to at least, well, lean over and peck Deku on the cheek, talking about how he needs to come back to her, and that they need to at least get this done with no casualties. So try to stay safe. Deku getting out of the car, as you do actually have Kendo in the back seat. She was looking on. Aside from the confusion and the surprise, she doesn't really react angrily. She more or less acts like, oh, okay, that's a thing. No. Momo Shizui's trying to talk to Kendo. And while Kendo, she's kinda curious about this now, since she herself did have a bit of a crush on Deku, you do actually have, well, over with Deku. Deku is currently at least walking through a few areas, and after at least putting some zombies down with either a knife or a quick blow to the head with a silenced gun, he does find a place. He can tell by the tank currently 10 stories up and to his right that All Might, he was here. This is the area the day the news happened. The day he saw the news. Him looking around. The area, it's, to say the very least, a war zone. It was just over a year ago. He does look around. He sees the police barricade. Him going to bring his hand up and onto it, as he at least does run his finger along an area that is stained with blood. It's long since faded. However, there's the outline, and the way it looks like it dried and washed away. You can't ever get that stuff out. It's almost soaked into its, well, a way to say it, very being. Now, Deku, he does inspect the ground, as whenever he does at least see a few, well, either dead cops or just really piles of bodies that do hide behind the barricades, he tries to see if they had any clothes that had weapons on them. Well, he does at least make out some police uniforms and even some that have been torn up. He does search a police car. Deku, he doesn't really find too much in there. Well, he does find at least the remains of a few people. He is intrigued by something he does see in the back seat. He does go to open the door, and after doing so, he does at least go to drive a knife into the head of a zombie that's just sitting there. He doesn't know if it was human at one point or if it's just acting. However, he does drive the knife in and pull it out. Him going to at least take the pair of handcuffs he sees on this person's wrist, and at least going to think that these could come in handy. After doing so, he does at least go to turn around and walk away. As after inspecting the area more, he does see quite at least a few pro heroes he does almost recognize. As he also does at least stare at the corpse of Ingenium as he was walking past. Ingenium, he's seen better days. He can see that his helmet, it has been, well, it's missing, to say the least. His body armor, it's riddled with bullets. And his legs, yeah, they're somewhere else since he's just crawling along on his hands. And then there's that sound he's made. He's covered in rust and blood. And, well, yeah. Deku, whenever he does see Ingenium, he does think back to Ida and Ochako. It's sad to think. Deku at least going to walk forwards, as you do have where he does at least go to step on to the hand of Ingenium. Whenever Ingenium does go to reach his other hand out, Deku he at least does go to bring his knife down and stab it into the back of Ingenium's head. As whenever Ingenium at least tried to go for a bite, he was killed. And Deku, after Ingenium, he does go to slump forwards a bit and release his grip. Deku is going to pull back the knife. And he's telling him that it's alright now. And that he's in a better place. He's so sorry. At least he can talk to his brother again. Now, those words Deku does say because he does at least feel a bit more... Yeah, he doesn't feel too well right now. It's just... that was something he never thought he'd do. He'll at least say that, Ida, well, yeah, the guy was nice. Maybe too nice. He couldn't handle it. Was he just too weak? No, he would just... I mean, he saw his brother. He knew how he reacted when he saw his mom. That was crazy, though. Shit. Izuku, you're starting to panic. Okay, calm down. More than likely, it's alright. Maybe All Might's messed up and he can't move. No. Okay, maybe All Might, he's been killed. No, that can't be it. It's fucking All Might. Okay, maybe All Might, he's not around. That being something Deku just think about. No one ever explores this area because they think he's here. But could he have wandered? No, that story he made up. It was a hoax. He's actually going to be wandering though this time. Deku at least walking into a building and up a few floors. As after at least going to get comfortable, let's just say, he is on the top of a building. Deku going to at least turn down and into his bag. Him unzipping it as he does at least going to pull one of the sound grenades. And Deku, he does stay prepared. Him at least going to chamber his rifle before he does go to turn over to the ledge, grab the grenade from, well, the railing, and he does go to at least click a button. As he does wait for it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Deku tossing it down, with at least a good amount of distance. As it does start to fall, he does start to hear the ringing. Deku bringing his hand up and going to untie the binoculars. As he does go to bring them up and wait. Deku, he does wonder. He's probably going to recognize a few of the pros if they're still in uniform. Well, there's a possibility. Some of them haven't melted through certain ones. Most do maintain few clothing, if not any. Others, they may have absorbed it under their skin. He's seen some weird shit like that before. A guy once had half a shirt under his skin, and that was just kind of annoying. But hey, it's just what happens. Why is this new normal so fucking weird? Deku, he does wonder. This being where zombies, they do start to pour into the area. The grenade, it hit the ground with enough force. And, well, a part of it did break. It was still ringing loud as hell. It may not have been as loud, but it was loud enough to where it already did the damage. And the continuous sound pouring out of it, it's going to draw in what it already was going to draw in. As we do have where a few zombies, they do start to move around the area. And Deku, he's looking at a few of them. Okay, no, that does look like him, not him. That guy, he's two guys he's together. Okay, well, not him. Okay, that guy looks different. Deku's staring at it for a minute. It's strange. That zombie almost looks human. Okay, Deku just thinking. He does linger on it for a minute. However, upon hearing a loud roar, he does go to at least go to throw himself down and hide. As he does just go to wait. Whenever he does hear something jump through the air, or at least smash into a building, he does go to jump up and look. As he does see the large zombie All Might, who is looking around. Whenever a zombie is at least going to grab the grenade and trying to form it into itself or at least absorb it, you actually have All Might who does come running through the crowd. He's tearing apart zombies and throwing some out of the way. Him almost entirely stomping on a few of them as he does get to the zombie. Him getting to it and going to grab it. As he does is go to bring it up and stare at it. Before or after going to at least crush the grenade, he does the grenade every other zombie. And he is just annoyed. As All Might he's doing so, he's looking around. And he's even looking from rooftop to rooftop. As Deku, he's on the one that's directly in front of All Might. And Deku, he does just try to not look down at All Might. Since, yeah, Deku, if All Might is looking around, and Deku's in the building closest to him, he doesn't want All Might to look up. Look directly up. That will be the worst part of his day, to say the least. And with that, Deku, he does do one more thing. He does try to make his way down the staircase. And after at least going to run out the back, he does start to run through the alleyway. Him bringing up his radio and going to say something into it. As he does talk about how he's found All Might, he's in condition, and he's on the move. No one make radio contact with him. Whenever they do at least start to hear the echoes, or the second echoes, they need to start getting ready. Since he doesn't know how much time or how fast All Might will move. So, rather, preferably, he'd like them to do so as fast as they can when they hear it. Throw the grenades out of the sewers and move. Don't stay in the same area. Get as far away as possible. Otherwise, any of them could die. And as Deku he does go to think this, he does go to bring the, well, walkie-talkie. Almost forgot the name of it for some reason. He does go to bring it back down to his waist. Him going to then reach for his holster and grab his gun. As Deku, while he's running through the way, he does go to put two in the head of a few zombies. And after at least going to do so and finding his gun empty, whenever he does go to run past a zombie and he does go to try and grab Deku, he does just go to bring up his left arm. Deku at least going to grab onto the mechanical wrist and directly smash a zombie with his elbow. As whenever he does so, he does feel the thing move under his sleeve, and Deku he does at least go to throw the zombie to his left. As Deku, he does then go to grab the grenade and get ready. Pressing the button, throwing it down, and then going to run directly into the nearest building. As whenever Deku he does so, he does go to leap over a counter as soon as the sound starts. And after Deku he does at least smash into the wall and then hit the ground, he does feel the thing under his sleeve come undone. As Deku, while he's just laying there, he does go to scurry up and against the wall. As he does just stay there. Whenever he does hear the loud roar, he does then start to hear All Might. As he does show up almost instantaneously. It took a few seconds, but for Deku, it felt like less than that. The moment the ringing started and Deku smashed into the wall, as soon as he got back up, he saw All Might. And he was scared. As All Might, he was staying there. And he was looking around. As whenever Deku, he was staring directly at All Might, he did turn and look directly at Izuku. And Deku, he just froze. He didn't know what to say. He didn't know what to do. That's All Might. He's about to kill him. He's about to get him. He's about to die. All Might going to at least start to take a step forwards. As he does going to bring a hand out. As Deku, he feels like he saw All Might's lips move. Before All Might, he did hear a loud noise, turn and then go to jump off. And Deku, he froze. He just. That can't be right. Did he? No. No, they're not that smart. Yes, they vocalize. Sometimes they speak. Sometimes it's gargled. Sometimes it's just moaning. But they don't speak words the same. They don't move their lips. They don't. They don't. No. They. How can. Okay. He's gonna have to write that down. Deku to say, handling out a bit of a nervous laugh, as he does go to get back up onto his feet. Now, with that being said, the plan has been into action, and we're just gonna have to see exactly how well this plays out for our survivors. With that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed.